Alright, for 15, I'm going to first, since they tell you that x is 21 inches because that is the length, okay, length of x, and then they say the length is 21 inches. So I'm going to replace the x with 21. So the perimeter would be 6 times 21 to the third plus 9 times 21 squared minus 10 times 21 plus 5. So 21 cubed is 9,261 times 6 is 55,566. 21 squared times 9 is 3,969 minus 210 plus 5. So I'm going to add 55,000, the 55,000 number with the 3,969 minus the 210 plus 5. So I'm just going to combine my numbers here. So that's 20. So when you combine these four numbers, you get 59,330. Now remember, we have to subtract the two lengths because I've got two sides that are 21 inches. I've got this side and this side. So I'm going to subtract 42. So minus 42. And so that's going to give me 59,288 inches. Now remember, this makes up this 59,000 number. That's this and this combined, and I only want the width, right? So I've got to divide by 2. And again, I'm using a calculator. I'm not doing this in my head because it would take way too long. So 29,644 inches, that's the width. For 21, A is a monomial because it's a product of a number and variable or variables, so that qualifies. B is not because it's actually a trinomial because it's 3 terms. C is not, it's a binomial, it's 2 terms. D is because it's a constant, so it's still considered a monomial. E is also a monomial. F is not because the power of x is -2, and remember from our notes, the exponents have to be whole numbers, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So F is not. And G is because it's the product of a number, a real number, and variable or variables raised to a whole number. So those are the 4 that are monomials. Okay, so Colin made a mistake on the second to the last line in his work. And I wrote down the mistake right here. He combined those 4 terms, but they're, the problem is they're not like terms. The exponents have to be raised to the same power for them to be like terms. So yes, there's an x and there's a y in each one, but their degrees are different. So like this one would be like this one. And this one is a like term to this one because their powers are raised to the same thing. So the pink numbers have x power 1, y power 2. The blue numbers have, or terms, have x power 2 and y power 1. So those are the 2 pairs that we combine. So the answer should have been, instead of -17 x squared y squared, that's wrong. It should have been -2x squared y minus 15x y squared. The rest of the terms are fine, so I'll just copy it. 16y plus 7xy, and then in the front it was 15x. So the rest of it was fine. It was just right here where he made a mistake. Okay, and as far as standard form, because there's x and y in some terms and x in some and y in others, there's really no order, so this is fine. Having the answer like this is good.